What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I want to show the aftermath of a Kickstarter scam. Let me show you what happens when a Kickstarter goes wrong. Here's an old scam from 3 years ago called the Air Umbrella. I'll go ahead and play the campaign pitch.
This air umbrella shelters you from the rain using a powerful stream of air. And it comes in 3 different versions. With a fixed height of 30 centimeters.
This is really all I need to play of this pile of shit. Basically, it's just a giant fan on a stick that repels rain by blasting it with air. It's a fucking horrendous idea that somehow got $100,000 in funding. It looks like one of those vibrating wands you see in porn videos where the actress stimulates her clit that way so it's ready for the pounding. But here, instead of preparing pussies for sex, it was preparing pussies to empty their wallets on a product that had no chance of ever being delivered. Now, going to updates shows you that the last one was in 2016 where they said they're issuing refunds. This is 2 years after they failed to deliver the product. I don't believe they delivered even a fucking penny to anyone, as evidenced by the comments. Now let's turn our attention to the evidence here where we can find the protagonist of this sad story, Michael, the super backer. So not much is known about Michael, super backer, other than he is very upset that he didn't get his air umbrella or his refund. I went 3 years back to his first comment, and we'll just go from there. I'm going to skip a few because there's a ton of comments from him. He very rarely went that long without commenting on here asking for a refund or updates on the project. So I'm just going to show enough to tell this sad story about what happens when a Kickstarter goes sour. Now this is where our story begins. It's January 9th, 2015. His first comment is innocent enough. It said a December delivery, January 9th, and I haven't received my umbrella yet. Are they already sent out? A slight bit of foreshadowing here for the events that are about to unfold on this Kickstarter scam. He kind of gets this stinky sniff of some asshole that, I still haven't received it, and it said December. Maybe the postal guy might have stolen it because it's so high-tech and cool. Did anyone else get it? 4 months go by and Michael starts to get the itch for more knowledge on the air umbrella. What's going on, boys? Has human technology advanced far enough to bring to fruition this beautiful air umbrella idea? Looking for updates, but you don't go on these parts looking for updates on the air umbrella unless you're trying to get yourself killed. A couple weeks later, we're introduced to our supporting character, Raheem. Remember this name, it won't be the last time you see him during this saga. Another scam on Kickstarter, he says. Looks like Kickstarter is full of fraudsters. How right you are, Raheem. Michael then asks for an update. How is the umbrella coming along? A question that will forever be unanswered since the creators tucked their dicks in their assholes and ran away. After 6 months of searching for updates, Michael finally reaches his breaking point, his limit, his boiling point, his coming point. This is the first time he demands a refund. In May, he tries again. Refund, please. May 17th, he just wants an update now. Fuck the refund, just give him some information. I would like an update, Kickstarter. You can't just sit around and do nothing. Air Umbrella and Kickstarter, this is unacceptable. Little does Michael know, Kickstarter doesn't give a fuck about anything on their website, and there is no quality control, nor is there any responsibility. Michael, you know what Kickstarter says when it sees something like that? Ha ha ha. And then it spits in your fucking mouth, because Kickstarter is still wiping their ass with a cut of the money you donated to a scam on their platform. Michael then says, after backing over 30 campaigns, I have never seen a project go silent. No updates, no comments, doesn't even sign into Kickstarter since 2014. Until now, I want an update, my umbrella, or a refund. Kickstarter, do something already. Michael Superbacker, I have to say, I just don't believe you here. If you truly have backed over 30 projects that have all delivered on time as promised, the same project as pitched, then you should be playing the lottery weekly because you'd be a multi-millionaire and you can make your own fucking air umbrella that also sucks your dick while it's blocking the rain. Because the odds of you having backed 30 successful Kickstarter campaigns that all delivered on time as promised are about as low as the earth actually fucking being flat. It's impossible. Kickstarter has become known for the projects going silent, no updates, no refunds. It's just become known for giant fucking scams. It's incredibly rare to find projects that actually deliver as promised and on time. November 2nd, 1 full year after successful funding. Christ, they haven't even signed into Kickstarter in over a year. These guys are horse shit. If they contact you, tell them we all want a refund. He has now become the voice of the air umbrella enthusiast community, and they all want their fucking refund. Michael then talks about another scam crowdfunding project in which he finishes with an idea of his own here. With all these Kickstarter failures and frauds, I think I want to start my own Kickstarter to make a website for Kickstarters to blog, comment, chat, and I will go through each campaign, past, present, and future, to rate campaigns and see how many of a percentage actually have failed completely, failed to deliver a quality product as stated in the launch video. Also, rate companies that have great track records for producing amazing products. My $128 will not go in vain. He may not have been able to save his $128, but you can be damn sure he's going to avenge it. Friendships are formed over the common interest of receiving a refund. Raheem states, "Michael, I want my money back." To which Michael responds, "Raheem, I want my money back." Michael attempts to boost morale in the comments section, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas, and then asking where is his air umbrella. It seems Santa Claus will not be delivering an air umbrella to him this year, next year, the year after, or any other Christmas. It's been over a year since successful funding of the air umbrella, and the season 1 of this Kickstarter anime is drawing to a close, and we finally get a word from our supervillain of the season. They don't have much to offer other than the empty promise of refunds, which, don't mean to spoil anything, never came to the backers. In what was a truly cruel move from the supervillain Air Umbrella HQ logging in here, it gives all of the backers this false sense that they can communicate with them to receive their refund, all of which is just not possible with Air Umbrella. Michael went on to make about 9 comments in the span of 2 weeks. I will just show you these 3 to illustrate the point that he was given false hope that perhaps Air Umbrella was working on the prototype in secret and wants pictures and updates of their progress in the last 15 months, unaware that they have done fuck all on the project. And it's truly just upsetting. In what was a truly shocking development in the Kickstarter anime, Season 2 began with a bang, with Air Umbrella coming out saying that they are going to be issuing refunds and have them all given to backers very soon. Unfortunately though, the anime doesn't end with refunds. This was also the last time the villain was ever heard from. Some say the villain died on this day, but me, I think this was truly the birth of the villain. Michael wastes no time letting it be known that he is ready to receive his refund of his $128 investment. The comment section erupts with people ready to get their refund and excited to finally wash their hands of this horrible scam they fell victim to. Keen suggests sending a private message to the creators to honor the refund, but they don't check private messages because they haven't logged in years. So they take to the comments still. Michael then asks if anyone has received a refund. Maybe they're just singling Michael out, but it turns out they don't hold a grudge against Michael's superbacker. Nobody has received a refund. As the months go on, more and more people start to abandon ship, realizing that asking for a refund is futile, and then it's just Michael and Raheem here, left waiting for their refund, constantly commenting, asking for that refund to come. But unfortunately, that refund never comes. It's May 8th, 2016. Michael, I need my money back now. And he's not alone. Raheem is still side by side with his friend waiting for that refund. As we fast forward through 2016, we see Michael is unrelenting in his quest to get his $128 back. His persistence not rewarded throughout all of 2016. Season 2 winds down to a close and we enter Season 3 in 2017. And that is where we currently are now. Michael asking hello. Hello. Hello, is there anybody out there? His hello becomes much more aggressive. He wants somebody to respond. Hello. Hello again, a little more polite. He then points out it was funded nearly 3 years ago. He once again resorts to saying hello, hello, hello. And then it brings us to November 8th, 2017. When am I receiving my product? He's given up on the refund, but he's still holding on to the hope that that air umbrella is out there waiting for him somewhere cold and alone. Raheem takes a different approach to getting his refund or his product. He then suggests murdering the scammers. I mean, I think scamming is absolutely horrible, and it's really hard to accept when you've been scammed. I've been there, especially when, on RuneScape. Free armor trimming will get you every time when you're a young boy, and you never forget it. So I can understand the anger. Murdering these scammers, I mean, the world would be better off without them, yeah, I can agree with that, but I don't think that's going to help get his refund or get his product. But this concludes the story so far on the Air Umbrella Kickstarter story. That's it. And may Kickstarter give Michael his refund. Please, Kickstarter, give Michael his refund. Give the Air Umbrella backers their fucking refunds. They've waited long enough. That's it. See ya. Almost 4 years ago now, I made a video talking about one of the greatest stories the internet has ever seen. It's the story of one man's never-ending quest to receive an umbrella that he backed on Kickstarter. This adventure is a dark look into the human psyche as we follow our protagonist Michael Superbacker in his holy crusade to finally get the umbrella that he is owed by a Kickstarter scam that he was foolish enough to believe in. This journey teaches us how far the human spirit can go before it breaks, and begs the question to all of us: what does it mean to never give up? The year is 2014. Charles White is a sophomore in college on the verge of losing his virginity. Michael Superbacker is an umbrella enthusiast who just happens to stumble across a very popular shit-starter campaign for something called the Air Umbrella. Now, Michael's no Mary Poppins, but he can appreciate the finely crafted microphone stand design of the umbrella. It also kind of looks like the Hitachi vibrating wands that you see in porn pretty often, and no doubt this helps pique Michael's interest in the project. After showing 3D models they threw together in Maya in 10 minutes, they finally give a demonstration of the prototype, and Michael's blown away. Blocking water with air, just like something out of Avatar: The Last Airbender, he thinks to himself, and that finally seals the deal. He puts a lot of money into the project. Giddy with excitement, with an estimated delivery date right around the corner, Michael's wet dreams start turning to nightmares as he has nothing to catch all that moisture with. The Air Umbrella misses its estimated delivery date, and misses it again, and again, and again. And then it became a never-ending quest for Michael Superbacker to get a refund or get the Air Umbrella, and he wasn't settling for anything that wasn't one of those two options. The video I initially made covering this sad story was 3 years after the initial scam, $100,000 vanishing overnight with no refunds given to anybody. The comment section on the Kickstarter filled with very unsatisfied people upset that they're not getting the umbrella and they're not getting their money back. And after a couple of years, they start to fizzle out until only one remains. And that is Michael Superbacker. Michael is a man of focus, commitment, and sheer will. A force of nature so powerful not even the Air Umbrella could stop him. And Michael is still going. It has been 3 years since my first video talking about this, and now it is 7 years since the initial scam took place, and he hasn't given up yet. So let's pick up where we left off 3 years ago in the manga. Michael Superbacker 3 years ago starts to notice that people are supporting him. He doesn't know where, but decides he's going to create a YouTube account to document this journey, this adventure. He then starts putting poems and lyrics from his favorite songs into the comments, hoping his very best to just get the attention of someone who accidentally logs into the Air Umbrella Kickstarter page. Scrolling up, it's kind of like reading those notebooks you'd find on ghost ships where the captain starts to go insane and starts writing gibberish at points. But Michael maintains a level head. He knows his mission. He is driven for one ultimate goal. This has been a 7-year-long war in the comments section, and all of Michael's comrades, his warriors in arms, his champions, his friends, his brothers and sisters, they have all left him alone on this battlefield now, in this barren wasteland of the Air Umbrella Kickstarter comments. It's like something out of the fucking Fallout universe. And then, out of nowhere, a glimmer of hope. Dean. Big bad Dean. A new challenger has entered the battle. A new, strange face pops their playful little head out of the gopher's hole and starts talking in the comment section. By this point, Michael hasn't had human contact on this page in over 4 years, so he's panicking. He doesn't know how to handle this. This is someone new, a stranger in a weird place. Like a caveman seeing fire for the first time, Michael, a bit frightened but also interested, lets Dean have the floor. Biggest ass in the world. I've been robbed, and no refund has been given. I've contacted Kickstarter, and they are disgraced too. Just a little PSA, a little heads up, Kickstarter never does shit in these cases. I've never seen Kickstarter do anything when it comes to a fucking blatant scam like the Air Umbrella. Honestly though, let me just get this out there. I think Air Umbrella should just come forward and make a special umbrella for Michael in particular, like a sign from the whole team that scammed him with like a little smiley face at the end. Just give the man a fucking umbrella. I don't care if you just buy it from Walmart, just send this man an umbrella. Or just give him some money back. But anyway, back to what Dean's saying. They insist I have to contact the creator, who has ignored every form of contact I have made. Yeah, that's Kickstarter. Basically, it's, yeah, we're not going to do anything. Why don't you talk to the guy that fucking scammed you? I'm sure he'll be reasonable to give your money back. Great policy from Kickstarter. I will never use Kickstarter again. I've switched to Indiegogo.com, and frankly, the creator, the thieving, lying tosser, can go run and jump. That was an extremely sad sentence to read. God bless Dean's soul. Jesus Christ. I guarantee he's a lot more unhappy now since going to Indiegogo. If you can believe this, Indiegogo actually has more scams on it than Kickstarter. I would argue like 90% of everything you see on Indiegogo never existed in the first place and will never come out. They genuinely have the stupidest people using that platform and the dumbest fucking most blatantly obvious scam artists abusing it. I have seen so many projects with over $1 million in funding with an idea that quite literally can't exist in this fucking dimension. They'll say something about how we invented a way of creating water using nothing but my wet farts and Mozart's music, and it'll have like 50,000 backers for over $1 million, and then all of them are shocked when it never releases. This platform offers a really innovative tool for douchebags, scumbags, scam artists to use called a flexible goal. I won't get too deep into the weeds of it, but when you see a flexible goal on Indiegogo, just know that something shady's probably going on there. I think that whole fucking site sucks. It preys on the extremely gullible and vulnerable people, so I feel really bad for Dean, who thought that that was like a good alternative to Kickstarter. What should have happened with Dean here is he'd be like, oh my god, I got scammed on Kickstarter, they're clearly doing nothing about it, maybe I should stop investing in crowd-funded garbage. That should have been the thought process, but instead he went to just go get scammed somewhere else. That'd be like if I got scammed in RuneScape. Oh shit, I just gave this stranger my rune armor because he said he'd trim it for free, but he didn't do it. Fuck. I learned my lesson now. Time to go to this guy over here who's saying he'll double my gold if I give him all of my bank. That should work. And then being surprised when that also gets you scammed. It's just really sad. I feel bad for Dean. And just to finish off his statement, I hope you get what you deserve. Kickstarter also, you have failed to protect or even represent your backers. Your platform is one that has entirely let me down. I will not touch with a barge pole in future. Bye bye, go to hell. You and the creator are a match made for each other. Dean's very upset, understandably so. This was a big scam. 100 grand in the fucking toilet, right down the fucking shitter. And Dean was an unfortunate victim of it. I am a little surprised that he waited 5 years to make this statement. Like, I feel like after the first year of constant missing the deadline, you'd be like, okay, this fucking sucks. I've clearly been lied to about this project, but this guy, he's got the patience of some kind of Zen master. He waited 5 years the entire time believing that it's right around the corner. I'm sure it'll be delivered any day now. Probably looking out his window every morning for the FedEx truck to come by with his air umbrella. But it just never happened. And then finally, after 5 years, he's like, yep, this was a scam. But anyway, Michael, after seeing signs of life in the comment section, once again lets out a triumphant, oh shit, they pissed off another air umbrella enthusiast. Looks like I'm not the only one. Stay strong, Dean. I will find us an umbrella one day. And I guarantee Michael will at some point. It may take 10 years, may take 10,000 years, but I fucking believe Michael will finally either create an air umbrella himself or discover one in like some kind of ancient Egyptian tomb or something. It's on its way. Michael and Dean will be avenged. As the years go by, Michael continues on the grind, looking for updates, trying to connect with other people that have been scammed. You see we're at day 1657 of the captain's log here. Then we get another encounter with a living, breathing human being who says, I invoke my rights under Kickstarter's terms of use, and then just goes into this general statement. We've seen this a few times over the last 7 years of people believing that Kickstarter gives a fuck about their terms of use. This has never worked in the history of this website, and it never will because this website just wipes its ass with its own terms of use. So you're not guaranteed a refund, and posting this doesn't help your chances. This is just an act of desperation from the scammed people, and it's really always just upsetting to look at because I truly understand where they're coming from. They've lost a lot of money on this, and they just want it back. But probably won't ever happen, and this right here, it doesn't do anything. We continue through the timeline. A few other people pop their heads in here now and then. This person says no one's responsible for this scam. That couldn't be further from the truth. Whoever was behind the air umbrella is the one responsible for this scam. This wasn't like an act of God or like some kind of natural event of nature. Like, this was a coordinated scam from a team of people. They're absolutely responsible. Michael continues with some lyrics and some poems, hoping to lift the spirits up from anyone that's still a refugee here in the comment section, just desperately looking for a refund or the product. We're up to day 1753. Michael is still on the prowl. He's the only one here. Then Brian again comes with the invoking my rights for the Kickstarter terms. Again, falls on deaf ears. I actually wouldn't be surprised if no one works at Kickstarter. It's just kind of like a functioning machine, kind of like Skynet, but it doesn't think very hard. It's not a very smart machine. Another one here, invoking the rights for a full refund. Doesn't work. But you have to at least appreciate them trying to offer their prayers to the Kickstarter gods. Another one coming through. So there was a little activity over the last 3 years, at least more than we'd previously seen. People finally starting to recognize that this was a huge scam and they want their money back. And now, 23 days ago, Michael makes his most recent post as of making this video, day 2474. Michael, from the front lines, reports, it's still raining outside. God damn it. Michael is still out there, in the rain, cold, hungry, no umbrella to stop that rain from hitting him. It's just Michael out there now. Michael's the last one, still fighting for that fucking umbrella. It is tragic. It is a sad story, but a story that needs to be told nonetheless. Michael has been here for 7 years in the comments section. And I imagine he'll be there for 7 more. Because that shit is not coming. And there is a 0% chance Kickstarter does anything. They wouldn't spit on a dollar bill and send it to Michael. They probably wouldn't even apologize to him for this shit happening on their platform. Kickstarter wouldn't piss into his mouth if he was dying of thirst in the desert. They do not care. But again, this is just the nature of crowdfunding projects. You have to accept that a lot of them probably will not come out. Or if they do, they will probably not be as hyped up as they were in the original Kickstarter pitch. That's just the way it is. Sometimes they are very good, sometimes they're not scams, but a lot of times, face it, they are. And this is one of those cases. It's easy to forget that when a scam happens, real people are affected. People like Michael and the other people we've seen throughout this 7-year comment section. It is, unironically, a very sad thing. And yeah. Just wanted to check in here with Michael. That's about it. See ya. Today, it all ends. A journey 7 years in the making. There was actually more time spent building up to this conclusion than there was for the entire Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And this is a story far more important and far more special. This is the story of Michael Superbacker and the Air Umbrella. I've covered this story for the last 4 years. I made my first video about this situation 4 years ago. To break it down, there was a Kickstarter scam called the Air Umbrella, which promised to deliver some kind of fucking Harry Potter level device where it's a umbrella that just shoots a bunch of air out to deflect rain and keep you safe and dry like an invisible force field. It was able to squeeze $100,000 out of gullible people's piggy banks, and among those people was Michael Superbacker, our anime protagonist. When he didn't receive his Air Umbrella on the scheduled delivery date, he got a little upset, so he posted a comment wondering, where it was. Did it get lost in the mail? Did the mailman steal it perhaps? Can he get a replacement? Just asking questions, and then when it became more clear that it was a scam, he got very upset. Eventually, the Air Umbrella staff and team basically just goatseed themselves in the comments saying, yeah, we're done with the project, get the fuck out, fuck you guys. But Michael Superbacker wasn't taking this lying down. He stayed in the Kickstarter comments fighting for 7 years, demanding they forge him the legendary Air Umbrella Excalibur. And I even made an update to the story only 3 months ago, just letting you all know that Michael Superbacker is still out there, demanding that Air Umbrella arrive at his doorstep one day. And now I am happy to say, thanks to the help of sufficiently advanced Alan, an incredible YouTuber, Michael Superbacker has finally gotten his chance at an Air Umbrella. Let me show you what's going on. First tab. Oh yeah, we can watch the Air Umbrella now. So Alan hit me up a couple weeks ago about the Air Umbrella. He was inspired by the Michael Superbacker story, which we've been covering for the last, 4 years? Sporadically? So, he apparently made his own real Air Umbrella for Michael Superbacker to complete the saga. I haven't seen the video yet, but I did know it was coming. And I'm so fucking excited. I feel like Michael Superbacker, upon actually receiving an Air Umbrella, is just going to, fade away into dust. Like, his time on this realm will end. Because that was his last purpose, the only thing anchoring him to this realm.
More on them later.
Exit Prime Slum, Oma, and Monopoly.
Is full of scams. Allegedly. I mean, look at these real useful products.
For sure.
A laser razor.
Not allegedly.
You've got a coolest
Very
cooler.
Much so.
You've got whatever this thing is.
This Air Umbrella shelters you from the rain.
Yeah,
using
baby.
A powerful stream of air.
No, seriously, what the hell is this? It's a CAD model of a stick? How did 825 people fall for this?
Kinda.
What is this guy doing? He's zip tying
Hitachi
a
wand.
stick onto another stick. Nothing is going on. What is this montage? No, you don't talk. I am talking right now.
Is currently in the stage of research.
There's some Sam and Moza.
Research D's nuts.
Campaign.
And I'm seeing a lot of them from
Yeah.
Michael Superbacker.
That's the boy.
238 of them are Michael Superbacker. That means, on average, he has left a comment here every 10 days asking where his air umbrella is for the last 7 years.
This is
He has actually done that, so a little heads up for anyone unfamiliar with the Michael Superbacker story. The air umbrella was a Kickstarter gone wrong. It was a big scam. Got $100,000. Michael Superbacker, along with others, were demanding their air umbrella. And they all try the same thing everyone that's going through the stages of denial try, which is invoking the Kickstarter code of we are owed a refund. And when that didn't work, Michael started treating this like his sailor's log. It became his diary. So he's written on the comment section of the air umbrella so much. Like, I've learned so much about Michael as a person just through his comments on that Kickstarter. It's so good. It is one of the most interesting pieces of internet lore.
Maybe we'll get an extra present/reward smiley face.
If
This
only
will be
he
the last
knew.
smiley face Michael ever commented on this page. A few months go by, and Michael starts having doubts. It said a December delivery. It's January 9th, and I haven't received my umbrella yet.
Thanks for the resub,
Are they
Sim.
already sent out? Where the is my money? Where the
There he is.
Pretty much the only person left actively leaving comments on the page.
Standing
Hello?
atop that
I've
pile
been
of
literally
corpses.
asking the mailman every day. Is it here? Is it here? He just looks at me with a sad face. Please send my product soon. Thank you.
I love Michael.
That brings us all the way to this year, 2021. 1 week ago, day 2,582. The search goes on. I want to make Michael Superbacker a real working air umbrella.
And I'm
Yes, what a saint.
journey.
Michael is a man of focus, a force of nature so powerful not
Oh,
even the air umbrella
I'm
can
flattered.
stop him.
Charles White is the only person who I'd call a Michael Superbacker expert.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey, Charlie, thank you for taking the call. We're doing this interview in a van.
that sounds fitting for something like the air umbrella, really.
What?
I like to imagine him as just this mysterious air umbrella spirit of vengeance.
The reason I'm calling you is I want to try and make Michael Superbacker a real working air umbrella.
That's so fucking cool. I think it's like that last piece of his identity. Like, once he gets it, he will be whole.
I sent Michael an email, and I messaged him on YouTube. And I
He's in
tweeted
Prime Atlas.
over a period of 2 months with no response. It's time to get serious. The Michael Superbacker YouTube channel has 0
He hired a
videos,
private
doesn't have
eye.
featured channels.
He's been commenting on my channel for the past 2 years, so I did recognize his logo.
Is he talking about
Wait,
Air
what?
Umbrella on your channel?
No,
Hold on, what? I didn't know that. This is so thorough, Alan. He really went like full, like Sherlock Holmes on this case. Who does he like on YouTube? Audrey. I can find her. And using Audrey, I can get to the source.
maybe the I got 1,000 subscribers without posting is kind of a flex.
He was the first comment on one of your videos. First, Happy New Year, Audrey.
That's a little.
Like, he was the...
That's a little wild.
Oh, maybe he's dedicated.
Michael Superbacker won't reply to me, but he will reply to Audrey. Would you be willing
This is
to
genius.
follow him back on Twitter for me
Fuck.
so that you can send him a DM? On October 4th, Audrey DM'd Michael Superbacker this message, and as of the publish of this video, he has yet to respond.
Man, what the fuck? What?
Michael Superbacker, wherever you are, whoever you are, I will
How did that
hunt
not
you,
work?
I will find you, and I will give you an air umbrella. We're gonna crowdsource this. If you know someone who might know someone who might know someone who might know who Michael Superbacker is, show him this video.
This
and
is
Michael,
amazing.
when you see this, leave a comment right here on this video so we can all confirm, and I will finally send you your air umbrella.
So I tried really hard to find it because I'm pretty convinced Michael Superbacker did send me an email at some point, which I responded to and never got a response back from. I feel like maybe Michael Superbacker is a hostage and he's only allowed internet access in like brief moments of recess, like very sporadically over the last 7 years he's been able to use the internet, and he spent the majority of that time commenting on the Air Umbrella post as maybe a cry for help. Maybe if he went through all 238 comments he's left and like take the first letter of each comment over the 7 years, it like spells out his location, longitude and latitude or something. But I'm almost certain, though I couldn't confirm it, that he did email me once. So I know he is like a living, breathing person. He's not like Cleverbot. Not that that's helpful to this search, but I'm almost certain. Well, that was easy. Well, that search didn't take long. He was probably the first comment on this video.
I've commissioned what is probably the closest thing in the world to what the Kickstarter promised to deliver.
Can we try it out?
That looks pretty good.
Now I'm gonna be a man from the future.
It's just a leaf blower.
Lay on me!
Oh yeah, okay, that didn't work very well.
Keep going, it might work!
Oh no, I can't believe it didn't work. But that's when Simone came up with a brilliant idea that was really
Thanks,
obvious
Prime
in
Jordan.
hindsight.
Hope you like it, Robotic.
That's much better. Let's see how well this works. Oh! That's like legitimately like the force field that the Kickstarter claimed would be for.
Yeah.
If that arrow
That's pretty,
was the size
well, that was
of a
pretty obvious. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
We're gonna try the hose on the mist setting first, because this is about like as light as it gets. It's like a gentle drizzle. I'm just gonna back into it.
Well, I like to imagine Michael Superbacker really will use this.
It goes sideways.
He'll walk around New York
Then
with
it goes
this during the
sideways.
rain.
Mist. It works with mist.
It does work with mist.
He's the Prime
3, 2,
Internet
1.
Lord in the resub Anthermy.
Oh, it's kind of working. Are you getting...
Now, what if we double fisted this? What if you had two taped together in a bigger head?
Just when I thought things couldn't get any better, God himself got involved.
In case you didn't know it,
Thanks,
it is
Resub
wet
Rinny.
outside.
We're LA. We're always unprepared for the rain. Come on.
I don't own an umbrella.
Oh my
because
god,
it's
this is
rare.
this is actually a sign. This is a sign.
Future of umbrellas is not a tuba. It's for you, Michael. I think this is working.
Thanks, Resub Gingerbat.
And then the rain turns back on.
It passed the final test. Real rain. Dude, that is until...
The rain's picking up.
I'm getting drenched, so go.
It seems to be working.
It's not working anymore.
We just need a bigger... It needs to be like an absolute massive cannon.
Hey, you're buying me lunch, right?
Yeah, I'll get
This is so cute.
Yeah.
His 7-year-long journey's finally come to an end.
I want to thank Bluehost for sponsoring this part of the video. If you didn't
Oh
know,
my
Bluehost is one of
God.
the largest website hosting providers, and it already
Michael,
powers millions of websites. They've got
here's
this
to
web
you.
builder that's really style.
I have no doubt he also set a speedrun world record. No, but this is the real Michael Superbacker, I can already tell. Yeah. Look at the merch, where is it? Oh, here. Gotta strike while the iron's hot. I say, yeah, let it fucking ride, Michael. He's trying to get his money back. Well, yeah, but now he's got an air umbrella. It only took them 7 years, and they changed manufacturers. For 7 years, one lone hero has waged war against a failed Kickstarter campaign. 7 years this holy battle has been fought. That's longer than the entirety of World War II. This is the story of Michael Superbacker versus the Air Umbrella. It's a story I've covered for roughly 5 years now, and it has truly been an adventure. This story's had more twists and turns than a goddamn crazy straw. Michael's had the odds stacked against him, going up against not only the evil Air Umbrella Corporation, but also even Kickstarter itself. I'll briefly give you a lore recap and how we got to this point, the cliff notes here. So previously on Dragon Ball Z, there was a Kickstarter campaign for a piece of technology called the Air Umbrella. An absolutely ludicrous invention, some true sci-fi shit right out of the Starship Enterprise. It was going to revolutionize the way we battle the elements. Rain would no longer be a hassle for us. Our species would transcend soddedness and moisture. The Air Umbrella was going to be an umbrella that would block rain out using air. And a man named Michael, actually it's a disservice to call him a man, a symbol of hope named Michael, invested in the project and achieved the title of Superbacker. Superbacker was a title you'd get when you invested a lot of money into a Kickstarter campaign, so he donated a lot of money in the hopes that he would get an air umbrella. Well, fast forward a couple of years and the project goes titties up. It turns out it's a giant scam and the creators run away with all the backers' money without ever giving them an umbrella or a refund. Just greedy little goblins that took it all and ran away. And Michael wasn't going to take this lying down. He wasn't just going to roll over belly up and let himself get fucked in the ass. He dug his heels into the ground and fought back. For 7 years, he posted on the Kickstarter page, leaving comments demanding a refund, asking where his umbrella was, and for 7 years, it fell on deaf ears. But most recently, a YouTuber named Alan Pan, sufficiently advanced, built a real working air umbrella for Michael. However, Michael is an enigma. It became a question of whether or not Michael is even real in the first place, if he exists in the corporeal dimension we inhabit. Because Alan was unable to get in contact with him. No one could get in contact with Michael Superbacker. He was just an invisible man, unreachable. Not even God could locate this man, so we had to turn to someone more powerful than God, YouTube comments. Eventually, Michael Superbacker was found after a comment on a video, and fast forward to where we currently are. Alan Pan set up the most beautiful day ever for Michael Superbacker. He got Michael Superbacker out in person and tried to do everything Michael had ever wanted. A day to remember forever. And I was lucky enough to be a part of that. I highly recommend you watch Alan's entire video on this because it's so fucking cute and it's just super enjoyable. So I'll go ahead and put a link to that in the description. But I want to show you the small piece that I got to play in this giant puzzle of air umbrella conspiracy here.
You know, in the end, your dreams might come true.
All your dreams can come true.
There it is! Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Come on, Michael! Come on down to the race! Yes! It kind of works. He's also getting really wet, though. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it. Do you feel dry? Are you a little bit dry? What do you think?
It's great. I love it.
And nobody knows YouTube and Michael better than Charlie White, the guy who started this entire thing, the guy who made Michael famous in the first place. And I arranged to have them meet for the very first time. Do you think any magic or mystery is lost if you actually meet him in person?
No, I think this needs to happen. It's the closure I need to finish the fairy tale. It's been 7 years. I've been following for a long time and I need to see it. I need to see how the sausage is made here. I need to see what they look like. Oh my God, is he behind me? I'm getting butterflies. I almost don't want to turn around.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
Oh my God, Michael
So nice to meet
Superbacker.
you.
It's wonderful. Can I get a hug in here?
Definitely.
I didn't know you were real.
I'm real.
So 7 years, huh? When did you learn, when did you realize, damn, I got fucked? When did that, set in?
You contributed $128 to Kickstarter 7 years ago. You've been asking for a refund or the umbrella ever since. And today, you're getting both.
Oh, wow.
$128.
Yeah, let's go.
Woo.
Michael, it did cost us about $130 to print this out. So
Okay.
if you could spot me $2.
Yeah, you got it.
Scammed again. Michael Superbacker received his real umbrella and almost a refund while still losing $2 at our warehouse. I couldn't be more honored. Those are the kind of dreams we hope can come true at the warehouse. And one of my dreams came true as well. I got to meet Michael Superbacker. There's very few things I've followed for as many years as I've followed the Michael Superbacker story. This is just an absolute treat. This is like Homer's Odyssey for scams, but also champions. From the ashes of defeat rose a beautiful phoenix, and his name is Michael. I initially envisioned Michael as an elderly man, a very tall, imposing gentleman, bulging muscularity. Kind of like J. Jonah Jameson, almost, but with a father time beard, graying, very wise. So it wasn't exactly how I had pictured Michael Superpacker looking in my head, but I was still extremely pleased to finally put a face to the name of the man I've followed for so long, and he was such a nice and positive person. He viewed the whole thing in a great way. He was never bitter or anything. He was only ever just having fun with the situation and wanting to use it as a way to upload videos or, entertain people, and just an all-around great guy. Michael Superbacker is what everyone should strive to be. There's a Superbacker in each and every one of us. And it's just a matter of what do we need to do to get it to come out, I suppose. I don't know, it was just super fun. I really appreciate Alan for setting up this whole thing. It was great to meet Michael, and I'm wishing him the absolute best with whatever he decides to do in the future. Hopefully that's a lot less of Kickstarter investing. I would say maybe just not a ton of that, because I'm not super big on Kickstarter either. I think a lot of it's scams, but of course there are good projects that come from it. But either way, just a really fun adventure and a really wholesome conclusion. That's about it. See ya. It's been a little while since we've taken a deep dive into the dumpster on Kickstarter, and I know I've always had a negative impression of Kickstarter and Indiegogo, because I think a lot of these crowdfunding sites just have way too many fucking scams on them where you'll donate this money and get nothing in return for it, and a lot of them promise impossible things. A lot of these people think there's some garage Da Vinci who's created this revolutionary product like, behold, this is a device that you put in your mouth that'll instantly clean your teeth. No more wasting time brushing your teeth. This is going to change everything. And I've imbued it with an intelligence spell, so by continually using my product, you will supercharge your IQ. And then they have a fucking funding goal of 100 grand, and a lot of times these projects reach it, and it's just terrible shit. But today I found a product that has completely changed my perspective on Kickstarter. It's called The Pussy in Her Face. Let's take a look. There's a brand new Kickstarter campaign from the unmatched genius mind of Oliver Redlight. Oliver Redlight, as I'm sure you well know, is a renowned author and credited with inventing the human erection. Legend says before Oliver picked up the pen, men couldn't get their dick hard. Blood wouldn't even flow to the cock region, but one day Oliver said, "Let there be light," and eureka, thus there was, the boner was born. Oliver Redlight is to penis what Jesus Christ was to all of humanity, a savior. So it should come as no surprise that Oliver Redlight is writing again, and undoubtedly The Pussy in Her Face is going to be another landmark achievement. So The Pussy in Her Face, every part of a pussy can be found in a woman's face. As you can see here from the cover of the book, you have the eyes plus the lips equal the pussy. Story. 7 years ago, my book, The Pussy in Her Face, was published in German language, but now I want to make it available to a wider audience in the English language. And Oliver, I think I speak on behalf of everyone that speaks English when I say, thank you. I had to blur out the actual pussy on the cover of this book. It's not a real vagina. What Oliver's done is he has photoshopped the human lips into a vagina, so he's meshed the two together and created like a chimera pussy of human lips and vaginal lips. It's some pretty interesting Frankenstein play there. For some, the title of the book may be a little provocative, but it is best description of the content because the book is about how a woman's facial features tell you what her pussy looks like. After a long development, I turned the curiosity into a science and a formula how to reveal the secret in the panties of every woman by looking at her facial features. So in a nutshell, The Pussy in Her Face is a guide, a hitchhiker's guide to the pussy in a girl's face. What the book does is it breaks down the simple science of analyzing a girl's facial features to see exactly what her vagina is going to look like should you ever get that far. Now the problem, and there isn't many problems with this book, but the main problem I have with The Pussy in Her Face is it's almost too powerful. Like, what's to stop you from accidentally seeing the pussy in a man's face, you know what I mean? Because in his book, the formula is laid out plain and clear. You're analyzing eyes, nose, and lips, and you're putting all that together to create a vagina. Men also have eyes, nose, and lips, so what's going to stop me? What if I just go around and start seeing pussy on everyone's faces? You know, after reading this book, what if I go to my parents' house and I start seeing their pussy in their face? You know what I mean? It's just, the formula is just too strong. The science is just too much. I don't think we were ready to have these secrets thrust upon us here. It's opening Pandora's box. We're just going to see face pussy everywhere. You'll be at the gym talking to that really sweet old man who's been battling alcohol addiction for the last 20 years. You'll be deep into a conversation, then all of a sudden you'll have like a That's So Raven flashback, stop for a moment, and then just start seeing the vagina on his face. You'll analyze his eyes, his nose, his white mustache, so you know he's got a bit of a white pubic hair bush over his vagina, and then all of a sudden you can't even look at the guy anymore because you just keep seeing his vagina that he's wearing right on his face, because now you just have all of the information right there because Oliver Redlight's pulled back the curtain, and now we can see everyone's pussy just by looking at their face. It's too much. It's too powerful. Continuing on, we see a wonderful photo of the author, Oliver Redlight, in all of his glory, proudly holding up his book, definitely signing copies here, I imagine, and no doubt in my mind he is about to go have some real good sex. He's about to have sex. But don't worry, this book is neither sexist nor inhumane. This book actually helps to look at a woman first in the face and not on her breasts or butt. So you're wrong if you think there's something wrong about this book. Though one could argue by constantly looking at a woman's face, just picturing vagina, it's not the best. That's not probably the right way of approaching a conversation with a woman. But hey, I'm no Oliver Redlight, and he said himself, it's not sexist. So it's just not sexist. The first part is about the parallels in the face of the vagina and how to get the details with a few steps of the formula, such as can recognize the basic shape, characteristics, proportions, color, hair, etc. As you can see, there's some hand-drawn scribbled notes for his formula. This is probably something that just came to him in like a brain blast where he just all of a sudden started connecting all the dots of the universe and figured out exactly how to draw these parallels to a pussy, so he started writing them down on a napkin, the closest thing he had nearby. And very good hand-drawn pictures of vagina here that I'm going to have to blur out, but overall, I mean, you can't argue with the formula, of course, it's infallible. The second part consists of photo montages where the formula is applied step by step to various examples, from blonde to brunette to black hair, from young to old, from skin tones and countries of origin, and much more. Many step-by-step examples are shown you this. I can't show any of the examples there because it is just a photo montage of Photoshop vagina. So moving on, in the third part of the book, you can apply the knowledge from the first two chapters in the form of a puzzle by assigning the right face to the right pussy, or vice versa, the right pussy to the right face. And as you can see, here's Oliver using the book in a bar setting saying, hey, I know exactly what your vagina looks like, I'm going to describe it, and here's how I know this. So he hands over his, Back to the Future sports almanac that kind of reveals how he got all the information. As you can see here, this woman is beyond impressed and beyond interested. Now, obviously, this is perhaps a paid actress to tolerate the pussy in her face promotional material here, but I like to imagine he truly does just travel with the pussy in her face book in his back pocket and uses it as maybe like a pickup line, like, hey, I know what your vagina looks like. And then they like slap him and he's like, no, I'm serious. Check this out. And then he whips out his book. Either way, an incredible novel from the one and only Oliver Redlight. Now there's a lot of things that can be said about the pussy in her face, but there's one thing that can't be said, that it's a scam, because it's not. I mean, it's an actual tangible product apparently. The book exists in a German language. It shouldn't exist, but it does. In a lot of ways, this is like one of the only true Kickstarter projects that actually has a real product that can be delivered, but it shouldn't. But it's a real shame that of all like the promising projects on Kickstarter, this is the one that somehow actually does exist. So, unfortunate, but hey, the pussy in her face has totally changed my perspective on Kickstarter. It's not all bad over there. That's what this has shown me. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya. Backing projects on Kickstarter or Indiegogo is a lot like sticking your penis into a glory hole. You never know what you're gonna get, or in most cases, what you're not going to get. You roll the dice with your wallet by backing something you think looks good, but a lot of times it doesn't deliver, it never had a chance of delivering, or you get something that's super shitty or not at all what you thought it would be. But Indiegogo, I think, is far worse than Kickstarter in this department because a lot of the projects that go up there just seem like they have no vetting whatsoever, where they'll have these products that aim to cure climate change by making you put a butt plug in your asshole or something for $50 on their campaign. It's just outrageous pseudoscience nonsense. And to illustrate this point, I found the latest one that I think is quite the banger. This is the Lucha T8.
Life on our planet exists in balance. Or at least it should. Yet, as we shaped our world, we tilted the scales, and now the natural balance between us and our planet is lost.
Yeah, that should just be all kinds of red flags. Unless you're like an anti-vax mom, that right there should just tell you this product they're about to sell is super bullshit. They're making it sound like some Star Wars shit, we're just way out of line with the Force, we've lost our connection to it. Like fucking Dragon Ball Z, we can no longer draw energy from the planet into a spirit bomb.
We now live in a world no longer naturally in sync with our bodies. But not all is lost. We may not be able to go back in time, but we can go back to our roots, back to our true selves.
It just sounds like the plot to a Neil Breen or a Tommy Wiseau movie. And I'd like to point out something right here, address the elephant with the condom in the room. The backers and the amount of money they have makes no sense. There's no way they got $12,000 from 48 backers. This is most likely just the creator pumping money from his own asshole into the project to kind of prime the pump to make it appear to people that it's legitimate, like, hey, look, all these people are putting money towards this project. Look how much it's making. People want this. You should be in on this. It's a common technique for a lot of these fraudulent businesses on Kickstarter and Indiegogo, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's going on here. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it is real and this product just caught fire in a bunch of those soccer mom don't trust science Facebook groups.
Lucha T8 is a health improvement device that creates and emits the Earth's natural frequency of 7.83 Hertz. By emitting the Earth's frequency, Lucha T8 utilizes the naturally occurring synchronicity between our body and our planet to support regeneration of the organism.
Sci-fi fanfic from middle schoolers is more scientifically grounded than that explanation for what this piece of shit is and what it does. They make it sound like Earth is constantly emitting a 7.83 Hertz frequency to the cosmos like a distress signal, like a fucking SOS. It is just a mindlessly ridiculous product that is very common on these crowdfunding websites, and some of them do get real funding from real people, which is the saddest part, that people buy into this garbage. But I mean, you have these people going crazy for essential oils, damn near giving a suppository to their children of eucalyptus leaves because they read one article on the internet that said that that would help somewhere, and then you trace it back and it turns out it was just a joke started on 4chan that now people are actually buying into. It's sad how easy it is to exploit this growing movement of distrust science and believe garbage, because there's definitely people that would look at something like this and go, wow, that makes a lot of sense. If I wear this block of wood on my neck that just has a blinking red light on it, it's going to help, because the video said the Earth is constantly making a synchronicity titty at 7.83 Hertz, and if this thing's emitting the same frequency, well then man, the science checks out. You'd be dumb not to buy this thing. It's just pathetic.
Lucha T8 helps eliminate lack of energy, exhaustion, anxiety, insomnia, stress, tension, migraines, and different types of pain.
Yeah, the only pain this would help with is the pain of having too much money. If you're too wealthy, you can throw some money to this thing and it'll help with that problem.
So how does Lucha T8 work? All you have to do is place the device close to a painful or troubled spot for no more than 30 minutes at a time, and it will balance the body's energy, metabolism, and polarity in a way that gives the organism a chance to recover.
It's just a blinking red light. You could get the same effect if you have a wireless mouse. Just put that on some painful spot on your body. You'll get the same effect. And it's also very evil from this creator to say to hold it there for 30 minutes. That's fucked up, man. You know some dumb fucking idiots are actually going to hold that thing there for 30 minutes. I mean, you could have just said 10 seconds, they'll believe it and do that, and that's a lot less time consuming. But maybe this guy hates his customers, and to be fair, you'd have to be pretty goddamn dumb to buy this in the first place. You may as well just laugh about it, like, haha, made this guy actually hold that thing there for 30 minutes. Just wasting their time. Could have said 5 hours and I guarantee someone would have done it.
Lucha T8 is made to be by your side all the time. It celebrates the fact we only thrive when we align ourselves with the forces of the planet to which we owe our existence. Lucha T8 is not an instant cure or miracle medicine. It's a symbol of where we've been and where we're going.
Yeah, but you just said it helps actually cure some of these things and work towards making them better. You're calling it a regenerative device. That means you're saying it is helping to cure those things and improve those things. But now you're just saying it's a symbol of where we've been and where we're going, so it's just a fucking souvenir from a gift shop? It sounds like they're trying to cover their own ass. If someone actually buys this tries to use it on an injury and it doesn't help at all, they can't come after them legally because they said it was going to work and it didn't. I get that they're trying to do some legal talk here, but it doesn't work when everything else in the video contradicts what you're saying.
It paves the way to a harmonious and peaceful existence, leading you towards what you are meant to be. Stable, strong, happy. Lucha T8 unlocks our organism's potential to self-regulate and balance itself.
It's a blinking light on a string. But that's Indiegogo in a nutshell, baby. That's what you sign up for when you're looking on Indiegogo for something interesting. You get shit like this. There's also one I saw a while back that was about water, a special kind of water that they hyped up as like this panacea that would cure anything because it was water that they made listen to Mozart for a month before selling. It was as dumb as it sounds. But yeah, that's Indiegogo, just the kind of shit you find on there. That's it, see ya. It's been a little while since I've seen a product so bad it leaves the taste of ass in my mouth. Allow me to introduce you to the Nightlight Mat. I'll share the commercial with you all. As you can immediately tell by this man's face, he's having some nightmares. His face is all scrunched up like someone planted a wet fart on it and he's grossed out. He's having a rough night's sleep and it's about to get even worse when he wakes up and his worst nightmare has been realized. He's fucking trapped in a Nightlight Mat commercial.
Nature calls, it's the same problem. You gotta go, but your bedroom is so dark, you stumble, fumble, and bang your toe.
Now, this is absolutely a real problem I can see people struggling with. I'd be lying if I said I've never gotten up to tinkle in the middle of the night and hit my shit on a ton of things on the way there. But it's not that they're trying to solve a non-issue, it's that their solution is so fucking stupid it's convinced me Jesus isn't real.
Ow! Introducing Nightlight Mat, the sensor-activated floor mat with built-in LED path lighting. Now you'll never walk in the dark anymore, because the lights come on.
Ta-da! They're very tiny mats that barely light up, and you have to string them all together as if you're following a quest marker in a video game. Even in their own commercial, these lights look weak as shit. It looks like they run off half of a AAA battery. If you unlocked your phone screen, it'd light up more of a dark room than 5 of these put together in a huddle. It's super fucking useless, and especially because they're on the floor, you're not really even going to see what it's illuminating. It's still going to be mainly dark. Plus, it just looks terrible. Just these tiny random pieces of rug that are booby-trapped to shoot the world's weakest lights out of them. I swear to God, the light from a digital alarm clock is more illuminating than these. It's just super useless. Totally fucking useless. Especially when you consider that you have to remember exactly where you place these because they're only like 5 inches wide. So you're still going to be walking around in the dark, limp dick in hand, trying to find these fucking things and stomping around looking like you're playing Dance Dance Revolution. And even if you do get lucky enough to find one, you're still not going to be able to see shit except for that small platform. There's absolutely no reason why you wouldn't just use your phone light to find your way around instead of having these rug samples tossed around. It's just absolutely useless.
The moment your feet hit the floor. The secret is the smart sensor technology that activates ultra-powerful LED lights when you step on the mat and then turns them off when you're safely away. So no matter how dark the room, the light you need is just one step away.
Calling these LEDs ultra-powerful is a sin. That has to be the biggest overstatement of all time. But even if they were ultra-powerful, really great LEDs, they're still totally useless. Just look at the scenario they give you here. I don't know exactly what's going on, but this elderly woman's taking the walk of shame. She just got done with a one-night stand, so she's carrying her high heels and she's got her purse and she's going back after getting dicked down. But she's walking along this preset path like she's a scripted NPC. That's not realistic. People aren't going to take the exact same walking path every time. Also, I don't understand, are the nightlight mats something you leave out 24 hours a day, or do you only break them out when you think you'll need them? For example, in this situation, Ruth gets the call for a penis appointment, and she knows by the time she gets back it's going to be late at night, it's going to be dark out. But she doesn't want to turn the overhead lights on because her husband Henry might catch notice of that, wake up, and catch her being unfaithful. So she planned in advance. She set the nightlight mats out so that when she came home she could just step on these and find her way around. I don't really understand the situation when these would ever be effective. Even in a fucking power outage, these things would still suck ass, and a flashlight would be far superior and easier and cheaper and a lot more versatile.
Watch. Simply step on the mat once to activate, and once again to turn Nightlight Mat off. It's that easy. And Nightlight Mat is great to use in the kids' rooms. As soon as their feet hit the floor, it's not dark anymore.
You know what else would make it not dark? A fucking phone flashlight that every kid and majority of older people have these days. I'm no special effects expert, but this looks faked. This looks like it was added post-production. This does not look like it was the same lights that the LEDs have been giving off this entire commercial. This looks like the lights were so fucking weak that it didn't light up the teddy bear at all, so they added in a brightness to it in post-production.
Use Nightlight Mat in the kitchen for late night snacks.
Just look at this fucking picture here. What advantage did the nightlight mat give this little girl stealing cookies from the cookie jar? All the light is directed at the fucking ground, so unless she just dumps the entire jar onto the floor to look at the cookies on the ground, the nightlight mat's it's not gonna be any help to her at all. It's still pitch fucking black from the ground up. It just so happens if you're maybe in the ant's life and someone steps on a nightlight mat, it'll be like getting shot with a spotlight, maybe. But to, stealing cookies in the middle of the night and you step on a nightlight mat, nothing happens. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't see a difference.
Or brighten up those hard-to-reach places in the closet. Be welcomed home with a light at your front door. Add brilliant light to your basement floor.
If your dad is relying on the light from the nightlight mat during his important work in the basement, he shouldn't be doing that work in the first place. That's a recipe for disaster. If there is something wrong down there, he should turn the light on in the basement or use his fucking phone light instead of the world's weakest flashlight on the goddamn floor. I don't think even doomsday preppers would think to use a night light for an emergency. I don't think there would ever be a situation where someone would think, if a disaster unfolds, I want a nightlight mat near it so I can still have light in case everything's going wrong. Because they just choose a flashlight over the nightlight mat.
Or put one in the hall. Use Nightlight Mat anywhere at all. You can turn on the big light, but come on, that's way too bright. So why worry and trip at night? But with just one step, your floor is super bright.
That is the only good point this commercial makes at all. Turning on the big light being intrusive to someone else, so there needs to be something in the middle. But the night light mat is not that middle ground. All this allows you to do is see maybe a couple of extra centimeters on the floor. Kind of. Maybe. It's just totally fucking worthless. A totally useless product. That's it. See ya. In the wild and wacky, deranged world of family sports, there is no end to the lunacy. I'm talking about novelty sports games for the whole family to not enjoy but pretend they enjoy together. I'm talking about things like horseshoe tossing and croquet. Today we'll be diving into this uninspired and unfun cesspool of activities with one of the worst ones I've seen called marbles.
Outdoor games are a family tradition, but many keep you stuck in one spot, or can even leave you with a real pain in the back.
That's always an important selling point in these products. You know, it's good for all ages. It's not painful for anyone, from the biggest bodybuilders to the most frail, glass-boned, paper-skinned people on the planet. Anyone can play them, and no one will have fun with them. However, in Merble's case, I don't see it being like a healthy alternative for people with bad backs or joints. They show this alpha male straining his back, throwing a horseshoe, which I don't attribute to the horseshoe's weight or anything like that, unless that horseshoe is made from parts of Thor's hammer and it's just 500 fucking pounds. It's really the bending forward motion that would be hurting his back, which you still have to do with marbles, so it's just the same thing but with a ball instead of a horseshoe.
Instead, how about you open a bag of fun with Marbles? Designed for all ages and abilities, Marbles is a fun outdoor family game that's perfect for all ages, similar to lawn bowling.
And just as fucking boring as lawn bowling. Notice how the man with the bad back who just threw himself into the hospital with the horseshoe is now doing the exact same throwing motion but with a ball this time. A horseshoe doesn't weigh very much. I think they weigh like a pound, maybe 2. Granted, I'm not the most seasoned veteran when it comes to horseshoe throwing. I'm not over there fucking my sister in Alabama and playing horseshoes at Thanksgiving. But from the limited exposure I've had in that sport, I've noticed that they're not very heavy even when I was a toddler. So I don't think it's the weight, it's the throwing motion, which is the same from marbles to horseshoes to cornhole.
Marbles doesn't require a dedicated court or setup. To play, start by tossing the point ball underhand. Then alternate turns throwing the balls, trying to get them the closest to the point ball. After all marbles are thrown, the player closest to the point ball scores.
Now be honest, I know you're foaming at the mouth, scratching at the neck, needing your marbles fixed after hearing how this exhilarating sport functions. Fucking digging through your mom's purse looking for a credit card so you can order some marbles now. Looking into your bank statement, seeing if you can afford a bag of marbles. I know, this shit sounds thrilling. And also, it can be used with literally anything in the world. It doesn't have to be marbles balls. You can just grab fucking tennis balls and just designate one with like a Sharpie as the point ball. Not that I'm trying to teach you how to pirate marbles or, you know, do-it-yourself marbles or anything. I'm not trying to give you like knockoff marbles. I'm just telling you, there are workarounds here, loopholes to getting your marbles fixed without needing to get the official licensed brand of marble balls. But I don't know why you would do that. This looks so fucking boring. It'd be more fun wiping your ass with a bad case of hemorrhoids than playing marbles.
Whether you're at the beach, campground, tailgating, or in your backyard, Marbles will brighten up your day and get everyone excited to play.
It will not do that. What marbles most likely will do is act as a band-aid for a shitty family relationship where the father, the son, the wife, and the daughter, they're not all on the same page. All of them not exactly fans of each other, but maybe once a week, maybe every Friday, the father forces the family to play marbles in the backyard to try and bond, but it only makes them drift further apart. Marbles is also just a horrible fucking name. It sounds like Leif Erikson Day from SpongeBob. Hinga-dinga-durgan, marbles, SpongeBob, marbles.
Unlike bocce, marbles are light, buoyant, more dynamic, and can be played almost anywhere. In fact, using the terrain to your advantage is half the fun.
Ladies, I know that trick shot just made you wet, but please calm down your thirst. That marbles expert is taken.
Each set of marbles comes in a heavy-duty toteable canvas bag with the instructions printed right on it.
Ah, there it is. The Holy Scripture, the 10 Commandments of Marble.
Each marble set contains balls for 2 individual players or teams.
Marbles are a hit wherever I take them. I bring them out at family reunions, when the grandkids come over. They're easy to play with and will give us memories that'll last a lifetime.
Now this is actually a very powerful testimony. Unless you're living under a rock, then you're probably familiar with the legend Chip G, Hall of Fame marbler. Often referred to as the bad boy of marbles, he was rumored to have performed cunnilingus on over 20 women at the retirement home where the last marbles championship was held. So him coming out here saying how much he loves marbles, that is something not to be taken lightly. But I do have to say, I think Chip is being a little too pretentious here. Marbles aren't exactly going to give you memories to last a lifetime, unless you're playing strip marbles with your family and grandma loses and her fat, flabby titties come out and you're still like 9 years old. Then maybe that'll stick with you for the rest of your life, and marbles is definitely going to be a negative thing to you from now on.
Marbles' lightweight design ensures that they're gentle on your joints and shoulders, and much easier to transport than cornhole, bocce, or horseshoes. Perfect for RVs, car trips, tailgating, and more.
And if you're traveling with any of those games, you're already no fun to be around, so you might as well add marbles to that.
They even make a great gift. Marbles, open a bag of fun. So call now to get your set of marbles today for just $49.95, only through this exclusive TV offer.
That's a fucking ton for just some little light balls. When I first heard that number, I was blown away. $50 for what is essentially just 7 balls that any balls could be used for? That's a bit insulting, but who am I to question the marbles brand? That shit's probably made out of unicorn hide. But yeah, anyway, maybe I'm wrong and this will be the next huge sport. You know, right now we're in an esports craze where all kids growing up want to be professional gamers. Maybe in like 5-10 years, kids growing up are going to want to be professional marblers. But only time will tell. That's it. See ya. I have a history of making fun of as seen on TV products, God rest their soul. It's unfortunately a dying art form in the modern age. As seen on TV products in the big 2024 is a certified Celtics Shaq moment. It's not nearly as prevalent anymore, so gone are the days of the household names, the greats like Billy Mays, Vince ShamWow, Anthony Sully fucking Sullivan. It's just not something that a lot of people pay attention to anymore, so infomercials don't get made as much. However, there are still as seen on TV products that hit the market. And I think the main place people get them is Walmart and Target. They have entire sections towards the checkout that are dedicated just to as seen on TV slop that you've probably never heard of. And every time I'm checking out at a Walmart or a Target, I'm always drawn to seeing what new items just hit the shelves. And I always see tack glasses just standing proud, fucking patriotic. There's nothing more American than tack glasses. The only thing that might come close is a Budweiser and a cheeseburger. But I always see tack glasses on the shelf, and I've always been tempted to get them. Throughout the years, I made a couple videos on them, even tested them 8 years ago about their indestructible claim. I even made a video a little over a year ago, just joking about the goofy Nick Bolton commercials with these. And today I decided to pick some up because I saw a new competitor entered the Thunderdome. A new champion into the Crucible. Battle Vision. I just put these on, and this is just purely the void now. This is what the Daredevil sees. My face may be too slim to wear these. I don't know whose face fits this besides a Roblox character. They are absolutely fucking massive. They go 3 inches off both sides of my face. But anyway, I wanted to put them head to head with the classic tack glasses. So I picked them both up, and we're going to be running them through all of the most rigorous testing that my little noodle can cook up. But before that, here's absolutely something that you should be picking up. Goof Juice. My GamerSupps flavor. It's available now. There's a huge sale going on. Gamersupps.gg/moist. There's a link in the description. It's the best flavor of any beverage you'll ever taste in your life. I wore these puppies in the field, in a car out in public, and I imagine I scared all the other drivers on the road because I was getting fucking furiously tactical with these bad boys on. So I was looking around trying to see if I could find some high definition birds like in the commercials. Then I hot swapped over to the Battle Visions. And man, it was a whole new ballgame. I look like Cyclops out of the X-Men. So in terms of style, I prefer the tack glasses, but some of you out there might prefer wearing the entire fucking kitchen sink that Battle Vision offers. I guess it's full protection in case the sun tries to flank you. You're kind of covered all the way around. Before moving on to the next set of tests, I just have to mention how adorable I find this fixation on tactical battle-ready sunglasses for the average Walmart Target shopper. It's you see this shit up there and there's an American flag and fucking eagles flying through with bombs dropping. It's you need tack glasses to survive. This is how you protect your family with the right pair of glasses. So I've already shown you many tack glasses commercials, but let me show you the Battle Vision one because they share very similar DNA.
This is Battle Vision by Atomic Beam, inspired by U.S. soldiers that depend on clear vision to hit their targets. Hi, I'm Hunter Ellis, and I wear Battle Vision by Atomic Beam for crystal clear vision when it matters most. Battle Vision lets you see in high definition. Unlike regular glasses, these high-tech HD polarized lenses help you see objects the naked eye can't detect.
When you're out in the field looking for terrorists, these Battle Visions can help you detect them even if they're wearing ghillie suits in the jungle. It's one of those beautiful fucking infomercials, and I had never seen the Battle Visions ever being sold at Walmart or Target, so today was a special day. I knew I had to pick these puppies up and check out the commercial. So let's move on to the next set of tests. Performing a stare directly into sun test. Battle Vision test 1. Ugh. Not optimal. Definitely still took a bit of radiant damage. Swapping to TAC Vision, TAC glasses. Reload. Staring directly at sun. Ooh. Not. In TAC glasses and Battle Vision's defense, they never claim that you can stare directly at the sun with them. This isn't like a, solar eclipse totality moment or anything like that. They're not making bold claims, but I think it's always best to be ready, and I think Nick Bolton would agree. If you're going to be tactical, you have to consider everything an enemy, including the sun. In fact, especially the sun. That's the ultimate terrorist. It's always blasting you with harmful UV radiation. So if I can stare that bitch in the eye, then that's all the more safe for me and my family. So I wanted to see how well both Battle Vision and TAC glasses performed if staring directly at the sun, and neither really helped me that much. It still felt like I was just kind of raw dogging it. Like, it didn't really feel like it offered too much of a protection between my tender little peepers and that absolute fucking monster up there. Endurance test. See how long I can stare at sun. TAC glasses. We'll see. We'll go for duration. So I'm not expecting for complete immunity here, but maybe just reducing the amount of damage to my cornea. Test 1 for endurance. Okay, PB. TAC glasses, I think 2 seconds, maybe-ish. Maybe I'll put a counter on screen. Swapping. Battle Vision. Same criteria, endurance. Okay. Oh god, okay, yep. Alright, I'll have to check with an optometrist to see damage and get those numbers back, and then we can maybe extrapolate based on that. So I recognize you can't see my eyes through the glasses, but what I tried to do is just like Clockwork Orange style, like eyes wide open, like actually fucking peeled. So I went up and I did like one of these directly at the sun for as long as I could, but obviously that shit burned. Like, it didn't feel good. Obviously looking at the sun never feels good. But I still tried, and I think I maybe got like a little over a second on both. Neither one of them really equipped me with more time staring directly at the sun. I guess the only situation, the only tactical situation I could see arising that would have you looking at the sun is if there's an enemy Apache overhead, and you happen to be wearing your TAC glasses, and you hear it but can't see it, so you look up trying to locate it, and you're trying to find it through the sunlight that's blinding you. Neither one of them gives you a ton of time to locate it, but perhaps the polarized lenses will let you track it down in high definition much quicker, so you don't need to be staring at the sun all that long, so you can triangulate it. But either way, I didn't last very long looking directly at the sun.
Optical clarity. Battle Vision can be twisted and tortured without breaking. The lenses can withstand hard drops and knocks. Sand, rocks, glass, even metal are no match for Battle Vision.
Now we're gonna put it through the torture test here. So Battle Vision claims that they can be like twisted and, fucking pretzeled around and they're gonna survive, so we're gonna try that. And then I'm gonna show the TAC glasses claim as well, and we're gonna just put them all to the test. So let's see how it does with just like some twisting and turning. So far, not bad. Well, nope, that broke. Is this maybe like a different model? Like maybe this is the one that's not twisty and turnable? Because I feel like this should count, right? Like I shouldn't be able to do that, right? You would think. Because, I mean, he was, like, fucking cranking on it like a Thanksgiving turkey, and it was fine, but I can just immediately twist those off, and they don't, like, snap back on. Maybe it's just this part that's fine, but I feel like that doesn't help, because now this is really sharp, so if I put this on, I'm gonna start fucking bleeding, because they're gonna poke me. But I feel like even that, like, yeah, I can immediately pop that out. Well, that's a claim that's immediately debunked. Yep, that's super easily breakable. I'm not gonna do that. I don't want that fucking shards of that flying everywhere. The Battle Vision didn't live up to that claim even slightly. Like, not even close. Like, I feel like if I twisted that all the way, it's going to pop the entire thing out and shatter. So, I'm gonna not do that, because I'm already feeling it fucking flex and make little creaks. Not super satisfied with that.
The secret is the special composite frames. So durable, it can survive getting run over by my 6,000-pound Humvee. But that doesn't impress you anymore, does it? So, we need to go bigger. And to make things really interesting, let's add a few other brands to the mix. Here we go! As you can see, this 10-ton troop carrier just destroyed these other sunglasses. But our tack glass is elite, still in one piece, and ready to wear.
Now, that commercial was for Tack Glasses Elite. I couldn't find Tack Glasses Elite for sale pretty much anywhere, and I even looked online and they weren't really selling Tack Glasses Elite, at least not easily accessible. So I'm wondering if they kind of just took all Tack Glasses and made them Elite, like put that technology in all of them. So this is the one that they sell at Walmart, and it looks similar, but it's missing the chassis, like, I don't know, the thing that goes under it. I don't know the anatomy of sunglasses. I'm not a huge sunglass wearer personally. So I don't know, but I'm still going to put it through the same criteria just to see. Because it feels like it's probably going to be okay. This has a lot of like flex to it and a lot of give. So it's probably not going to break. Ooh. Well, actually, no, maybe. Yeah, see, like this feels better than the Battle Vision. Like I can already kind of DNA helix that. Well, nope. Never mind. It really just seems like it's, yeah. So again, this could be just an issue of I don't have the right kind, because these both are kind of breaking. The frames seem a lot more durable. It's not creaking and cracking as much. So that's nice. So I guess like in terms of, all right. So I guess in terms of strength, they're about equal. They both break really easily, so like this sheared right here. Like that just blew up. That's not very tactical. Like in there, you can get run over by a Humvee and your glasses are okay. Your body's broken, but your glasses are fine, so they could easily identify your body based on your good style wearing tack glasses. But with the ones that you can get at Walmart, I guess not.
Now that's what I call military tough. Okay, what else? How about freezing them in a block of ice? No problem. Boiling them in 212-degree water? Good to go. Okay, but what about smashing them with a sledgehammer? Barely a scratch. I
actually redid my garage recently and bought a tractor tire so I could use it for some workouts. And I can just hit this shit with a sledgehammer to test that tack glasses claim. So I did. I put both the tack glasses and Battle Vision through some rigorous sledgehammer testing. So I teed the tack glasses up here and got ready for my first clobber. And the only thing that happened with the first whack was that it popped the lenses out of the frame, but the frame was fine. The lenses had a couple scratches on them from the impact, but still very usable in a tactical situation. So the second big hit was like a fucking piñata exploding, and that did split the tack glasses, but honestly, if you were in a situation where someone had you like tied down and they hit you in the face with a sledgehammer and you had your tack glasses on, they'd at least survive the first hit, which ain't bad. The second hit though, not so much, but the frames were okay. Next up was the Battle Vision. I had a theory that Battle Vision probably wouldn't last as long. I imagine the first hit would probably kill this thing. And I was right, the first hit just immediately blew up the lens, so not nearly as strong as tack glasses, but admittedly Battle Vision never made the claim to be sledgehammer proof. Just to keep things even, I gave it a second hit as well, and this one was just as bad for it. Once again, the frames were fine, so that's good that the frames can survive a sledgehammer impact, but they can't survive just being jostled around in your hands. I guess that's not exactly fair to say. I wasn't just like jostling them around in my hands. I was ripping and tearing at them like some Doom shit. Like I was bending them all kinds of different directions, and they weren't able to survive that, even though both in their demonstrations showed that they should be able to flex and do all that without breaking. So overall, not indestructible, not even close. And I guess if I had to choose which one would be best, I'd probably have to go with tack glasses, not only because I prefer the sleek look, but also, I mean, it took one sledgehammer hit pretty well. So, I mean, that's cool. Like, that's pretty cool. That's about it. So, yeah. Since the primordial soup that gave life to all on this planet, since the earliest human settlers of Earth, we've asked one another, do you love memes? Do you love food? And for the longest time, there was never a holy place that combined these two human necessities into one convenient package until now. Welcome to heaven. If you haven't puked yet, then you've likely entered a state of euphoria, similar to when Aang goes into the Avatar state, except this one is triggered by memes. This is similar to a Rorschach test more than anything. What do these stale, dank memes mean to you? When I see them, I think of social ineptitude. I think of nothing but pain and suffering. But some of you out there may see them and think, damn, that makes me hungry. I wish there was food structured around shit like this. I'm gonna have to put the brakes on this wild bull here. What the fuck do you mean by humor appreciators? That's one of the dumbest terms I've seen being tossed around in quite some time. It sounds like a failed job position, just a made-up one that somebody would use to get their family off their back and make them think they're at least doing something and have an accomplished title. Oh, what do you do, Richard? Well, I'm the chief humor appreciator at Google. Pretty prestigious position if I do say so myself. Yeah, you know, when I think of humor appreciator meme enthusiasts, I typically think of middle-aged, elderly men in business attire. Also, I have to disagree. I don't think even that boring guy at the party can become popular by sharing meme videos for the whole party. I don't see that going over very well in the real world. Memes just aren't used exclusively for the geeks and the humor appreciators, as you like to title them. It's pretty mainstream. Most people are familiar with popular memes and such. It's not like this underground thing. Also, why? Because we can? Well, clearly not. You can't do this because you're on Kickstarter asking for $350,000 to bring this abysmal idea to life, and you didn't even have the decency, the courtesy, you don't even know the way to good Kickstarter rewards here. There's 3 tiers, and the lowest one is $5,000. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Epic Rage. Wow. Now, if this menu doesn't make you want to eat there, I just don't know what will. They have everything an 8-year-old boy could ever want. They got spaghetti, they got burgers, they got onion rings, man. They've got it all. And this is just the mock-up. This isn't even its final form. I can't wait for the full menu to be released. They'll have so much more shit. They'll probably have some super cool shit like the Damn Daniel, which will be a honey mustard salmon hot dog. The What Are Risottos, which will be a risotto. The possibilities are truly endless. A juice bar and tablets for internet surfing? Fuck. You'll never want to leave. They've got everything. This place really is just all over the place. They don't know what they want to be here. They just looked at every restaurant that's successful, and they put all of it under this feces-covered umbrella of memes being the glue that holds it all together. And it's a horrible idea. Holy Lord, forgive my tits for I have sinned. I actually thought this was a bad idea until they gave me the examples of some of the things I could find there. Sign me the fuck up. 5,000, I'm in. Meme of the month, huh? Well, not all memes are as PG as the ones you're using at your restaurant, so I can't see that going over super well. I also really love how when they do the visual representation of is this a joke, they use a happy man smiling with thumbs up like, yeah, it's a good joke. And when they say, no, it isn't, he turns into this sad looking guy. He's like, thinking about it, seems like a really shit idea. I skipped a little bit there, but all it was is, how can you help? Give us money. That's the whole thing there that I skipped. I also really like this here. Even $1 helps? No, you clearly don't care about the $1 people. You don't even get out of bed for the $1 people. You wouldn't piss in their mouth if they were dying of thirst if they gave you $1. You only have tears for 5,000 and above, so how can anyone think, anything less than that will be worth their while? I won't be doing that. I'd lose friends sending them this. I won't be sending it to them either. I'd lose families sending them this. And that's the whole pitch here. I'm sure you've all been sold on the idea and are eager to help them reach the $350,000 mark. That's it. See ya.